dental assistants do over 200 tasks in the dental practice. And imagine if a dental assistant didn't show up.
Is there anything you heard during the roundtables that surprised you?
Dental assistant in the back, and then we heard claps after she'd said it. She wanted her own business card. Dental assistants are out in the world as well, and if they have a business card to share with people that they talk to, that's going to be a referral source for you.
There's so much information from Danby out there about what happens when you have your CDA.
I would beg dental assistants, go get your CDA, get the validation, and keep it, because no one can take that from you. That knowledge is validation that you're worth the money you're asking for.
Hey everybody, Kevin Henry, Dental Assistant Nation founder here. Thrilled to introduce you to Sarah McLaughlin from Quickly. Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks, Kevin.
Man, I am so glad you're on. And I will tell you, Quickly and Sarah and the entire team there was so great to work with us at the recent Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in Denver. You all gave away some Fabletics scrubs, 5, to dental assistants. And I am so glad you all did that. And before we announce the winners, because I'm going to let you do that, but I also want you to just tell us a little bit about Quickly and why do dental assistants matter to Quickly?
Yeah, thanks so much, Kevin. We are a nationwide staffing platform for dental professionals, our hygienists and assistants being kind of like our base, our core group of professionals temping on our platform. Myself, as a licensed dental assistant in the state of Minnesota, really appreciate what dental assistants do for practices and how they contribute to our temping culture in the Quickly portal.
Well, thrilled to have Quickly part of Dental Assistant Nation. Really appreciate what you all did in Denver. And if I could do a drum roll, I would, but I want you to announce the 5 winners because I know that these 5 individuals are getting some fantastic scrubs courtesy of Quickly.
Yes, super exciting. I am going to announce the winners, but I will preface, if I mispronounce your last name, I'm super sorry. But we are going to give these Fabletics scrubs away. Once announced, we're going to reach out to you. You get a choice of color, black, navy blue, or our Quickly color of hot pink. So 5 winners. First one up is Emma Gent. Second one, Karen Sigala. Virginia Vales, Reina Gonzalez, and Marina's Grajada. Those are the lucky winners.
5 fantastic dental assistants who are going to be even better equipped to succeed with those Fabletics scrubs. So that's so awesome. And I'm glad, being a Colorado guy, that this was the hometown meeting. We were able to change some dental assistants' lives, and we're still giving back through this. So Sarah with Quickly, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to great things with you all ahead.
Yeah, thanks so much, Kevin. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Now, thanks again to Quickly. Hey, learn more about Quickly through the link in the show notes, because this is something that I want to make sure dental assistants know is out there and can help you in your career. Now, let's get on with the program.
You know, I've always had just one goal for Dental Assistant Nation, and that was to reach as many dental assistants around the world as I possibly could. So thank you for being a part of the community. And I want to make sure that you have hit the subscribe button so that you can not only help us spread the message and we can grow our reach, but also to make sure that you are getting the latest episodes delivered right to you the moment that we drop them. We are all about dental assistant education and empowerment here at Dental Assistant Nation, and we want to make sure that we are reaching as many dental assistants as possible. So thank you in advance, not only for being a part of this community, but for helping us spread the word.
Hey everybody, welcome back into another edition of the Dental Assistant Nation podcast. My name is Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation. So glad you've joined us, and I'm thrilled to have on a dear friend, a colleague, and one of those voices for dental assistants out there as well through the Dental Assisting National Award, and that's Atia Black. Hey Atia, how are you?
Hey, Kevin, thank you so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. Appreciate the opportunity to collaborate in dental assisting and the workforce. So this is an exciting topic to discuss today.
It is, and we're going to bask a little bit in the glow of what happened at the Rocky Mountain Dental Convention in late January in Denver, near my hometown. It was so good to have so many dental assistants in the same room at round tables. Atia not only helped me with that, but also facilitated some conversations, answered some questions. And again, I know what Danby does, the Dental Assisting National Board, what we did during those roundtables is really at the heart of what you all do every day for dental assistants.
Yeah, absolutely. We're, always wanting to connect with them, hear what their successes are, what they love about their job, and things that can be done to make their jobs easier or better or help them grow. And so this was an opportunity to connect with them in person, which isn't always the case, and had a really great time with that.
Over the course of 2 days, we had about 200 dental assistants in the room talking with each other. We threw out a question, they answered it, we took notes, and we compiled all those in something we sent to the dental assistants afterwards. So, of those 2 days, what stood out to you, Atia, and maybe what aligned with what you're hearing from Danby all around the country as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Kevin. And it was exciting to see the results of the questions and to, interact in person because what we hear across the nation was very in line with what came out of these roundtables. What we heard a lot of was dental assistants love their jobs and they love helping patients and, taking care of the things that make the practice grow and run as smooth as possible. They want opportunities to grow in the practice and in their career. Additionally, they really want to be seen and heard in the practice. They want to hear, what they're doing well and what they're doing and the impact that it makes on the practice. So those were kind of the underlying current of what was being said, but it made a lot of sense connecting with what in-person conversations were being said and what we hear overall from the surveys and conversations that we have with dental assistants at Danby.
I was sitting there and watching everybody come into the room both days, and you can always tell when the dentist walks in. And we did have a couple of dentists in the room as well. And I
Yes.
think they were very curious on what was said. And the thing that I loved was that this wasn't really a bashing session, a gripe session, anything else. It was very constructive on these are the things that I'm dealing with in my practice and dental assistants talking to each other to learn best practices from each other. I thought that was so refreshing. It really was.
I agree with you, Kevin. When I was walking around the room, hearing them talk to each other, they really were collaborating and asking, oh, you do this in your practice, we do this, and really going back and forth and wanting that cohesion that we hear often from Danby, that the dental assistants want a voice in what's happening. They want to be heard, and they really appreciated being able to collaborate back and forth with each other. I also agree with you on the dentist that showed up. I walked past and saw one dentist and his notes, and he was taking very detailed notes on what he could do to help his dental assistant grow and feel appreciated. And I noticed that he'd written Dental Assistant Recognition Week that's coming up here in March. And there was some ideas on his list of how he could show them appreciation. And I loved to see that because often dental assistants feel underappreciated and overworked. So it was nice to see a dentist coming in and really listening and wanting to give back to his dental assistants in a way that was meaningful and, what they were feeling they needed.
And I think dental assistants need that week. And we always talk about we
Yeah.
want it to be 52 weeks a year, obviously. But that one
Right.
week is so important that they are recognized for what they do. And tell me a little bit about how Danby's making sure the Dental Assistant Recognition Week becomes a reality for some dental assistants and dental practices.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, obviously, Dental Assistant Recognition Week is huge at Danby. We want to offer a lot of ideas and ways that you can elevate your dental assistant, highlight them, things that you can do to make them feel appreciated. We just did a survey about a month ago on, what that would look like in your practice. And then on social media and different avenues, we sent out articles and ideas and ways that office managers and dentists or even hygienists can thank their dental assistant for doing all the work that they do. We did a survey and found that dental assistants do over 200 tasks in the dental practice. And imagine if a dental assistant didn't show up.
Yeah.
This is what happens. And this is a very interesting statistic that I was shocked by. So, when a dental assistant is absent in the practice, something like 54% falls on the other dental assistants, which makes sense. But as another dental assistant, it's hard because now you're doing your job and half of someone else's. The other parts of that role go to something like 14 to 17% go to the front office, and they feel it because they've got to take care of all those seating patients or cleaning rooms or, the things that they have to step in and do. And then, 7% falls on the hygienist, which they're already busy and overworked as well.
Yep.
And then this is the staggering number that I was like, holy cow, 22% falls on the dentist. So
Wow.
when dental assistants are sick or out of the practice or, heaven forbid, take a day off, they're greatly missed. And so having a way to highlight and thank them, even just 1 week, it's nice to be able to feel that respect and appreciation. So Danby loves to take that opportunity to highlight all of those 200 plus tasks and the impact that they make in the practice and help them feel appreciated in social media, giving them shout outs, highlights, ideas of ways that the practice can support them from, top to bottom, even like maybe giving them a spa treatment or
Little things, right?
pedicure or new scrubs like
You
we
know,
just heard about. So,
which they did.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly.
What
Thank you quickly.
was there anything you heard during the roundtables that surprised you or maybe reinforced some of the things that you've heard in surveys or just conversations with other dental assistants?
Couple things that I heard that were really interesting, and I think it made a lot of sense. And a very simple, small investment that I think would be really big and meaningful was one dental assistant in the back, and then we heard claps after she'd said it. She wanted her own business card.
I remember that. Yep.
That is so simple, but having a business card to share. Now, this isn't a bad idea because dental assistants are out in the world as well. And if they have a business card to share with people that they talk to, that's going to be a referral source for you. So, on top of a small investment and them feeling appreciated, that's going to potentially bring new patients into the practice. And that's a great opportunity to help the dental assistant feel like she really does make a huge impact in the overall business of the organization. So that was a big one that was a takeaway that I loved. And going back to my days of being a dental assistant, I think I would have really appreciated a business card too. It would have made me feel like I really was a part of the practice, like the doctor has a business card, the hygienist has a business card. Why wouldn't a dental assistant have a business card? So that was a big takeaway for me. What about you? What did you hear that you thought was really interesting?
Okay, so it's funny you brought up that lady in the back who she stood up and she had these things that were important to her and that she wished she had. And at first, whenever I handed her the microphone and she stood up, I mean, she was like dedicated to what she was going to say. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, boy, where are we going here? But like you said, she said these things that meant something to her or that would mean something to her. And all of a sudden, like you said, everybody was clapping. Everybody was like, yes, that would be great. And it's those moments right there that just touch my heart so much because you think you're alone out there. And all of a sudden you realize the things you'd like to have are the things that other dental assistants would like to have as well. And the more we have
Yeah.
those voices working in tandem, I think the more that we hear those voices. And maybe the dentists go, a business card is a good idea. Yes, something for Dental Assistant Recognition Week. I haven't done that in the past. I want to now. Little things like that, I
Mhm.
think that's that momentum that gets built, and I think we've got to carry it forward.
I agree. I agree. And Kevin, your efforts are huge for that. And as you, tour the nation and speak on behalf of dental assistants, I feel like your impact is huge there. And this podcast that helps highlight what dental assistants do, the things that are meaningful for them. This is a really great resource for dental assistants to come together and get their voice heard. So thank you in behalf of dental assistants for your work.
Well, I appreciate that, but it's like we talk about in there. It's got to be a team. It has to be folks at Dental Assisting National Board who are excited about things. It has to be, dare I say, people at the American Dental Assistants Association that have to be excited
Mhm.
about what is to come for dental assistants. And even just dental assistants out there every day in the trenches, realizing that they are so much more than just a dental assistant. I think those are the moments whenever this
Mhm.
profession will really move forward. And I know Danby always is pushing that. And one thing that I thought was really important, and I want to touch on this really quickly, was that you
Okay.
had some handouts that you put at every table about the pay, because obviously that's going to always
Mhm.
be talked about with dental assistants get together as the money side of things. But, there's
Sure.
so much information from Danby out there about what happens when you have your CDA, whenever you have those acronyms after your name and what that really does to not only your self-respect, but also your paycheck as well.
Mhm. You're right. And as I exhibit at different events, some states don't require it. Other states only require part of it. And I often get asked the question, well, why do I need this? And hey, I get it because sometimes it's expensive. It's a lot of work. But I will tell you something. And this is why I'm very passionate about my job. I practiced in Utah where they did not require a CDA. They had some requirements, but they weren't as rigorous as other states. And as we know, that's all over the board on what dental assistants are required for each state. So I didn't get it. A couple of reasons why. Number one, I didn't know how to even ask my boss to help me elevate myself professionally because I'm very confident they would have been more than happy to help cover it, more than happy to let me take time off to go take the exam, more than happy to support me in my professional growth. So I didn't have the voice. I didn't understand how to do it. And number two, I didn't feel like if the state wasn't requiring it, why did I need it? Now, on the flip side, instead of saying, why do I need it? Why not? Because now I don't have that credential. I don't have that validation that my 15 plus years in a dental practice means I have that knowledge. No one knows that because I don't get to have that in my title. And I wish I did. I wish I had that legitimacy to my knowledge, the work I've done, and the true impact that I can make and know as far as a dental assisting and being an impact in the practice. So my push for that is if you know what you're doing, if you've been a dental assistant for over 2 years, why not? Like, go validate your experience and don't let it lapse. Because another thing I hear is dental assistants who went to school, they got their CDA, and then they let it lapse because for whatever reason, they didn't feel like it was important. And now they're coming back to me saying, you know what? I really want that. I really want to have that validation. I want that credential. Or that is something that you'd need to be a teacher for dental assistants. You need that credential. And so now they have to start over and now they're back to square one. So I would beg dental assistants, go get your CDA, get the validation and keep it because no one can take that from you. That knowledge is validation that you're worth the money you're asking for instead of just asking for more money because you want more money. So that in and of itself, like going to get the credential and then saying, look, I'm bettering myself. I deserve that pay raise. And here's why. That would be my biggest ask for dental assistants and the reason why being a CDA is important.
It's a good ask. It really is. And I know a lot of people may have questions about why is it worth it? What are the steps? Everything else. And that's where you and Dental Assisting National Board are such great resources. Dental assistants are often the key to a patient accepting treatment or not. You're a key part of the patient journey, and so is Care Credit, a health and wellness credit card with flexible financing options so patients can pay over time for care they want or need, subject to credit approval. Want to know how to make sure Care Credit is a part of your practice's offerings? Email me at kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com and I'll make sure to help. That's kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com to make sure Care Credit is a part of your practice's offerings. So I want to make sure, how do people reach you? How do they ask those questions? And maybe how do they pick your brain about some of the things we talked about in Colorado as well?
Oh, Kevin, thank you so much. I love this. We love to hear from dental assistants. We love to answer any questions you have. We want to help you elevate your career. Sometimes it's even just getting some information behind what you want to do or what you're going to go ask for or what is required or allowed in your state. So if you go to our website and it's DANB, the initials for Dental Assisting National Board, DANB.org, and there's tons of information, resources. And then if you can't find it or have additional questions, email, call. We're here to support you. We want to help you grow in your career. We want to help you be as happy at your job as you can. And then you can always reach me as well. And it's my first initial A, last name Black. So A Black at danby.org. I'm always here as a resource as well. So that's the best way to get in touch with me or my team and want to help support them.
And all that's going to be in the show notes, so it's real easy for you to find it. I can tell you from personal experience that Tia is awesome and will be.
Aw.
I know she answers a lot of questions for dental assistants every day. So, Tia, thank you so much. I appreciate not only your support in Denver, but your support of this podcast, me, and just everything that we're all doing together to raise up dental assistants.
Yep, agreed, Kevin. It's like you said, it's a team effort, and happy to have you as well.
Well, and dental assistants, I want to make something very clear. Colorado wasn't the only time we're doing roundtables. If you will be at the Charter Oak Dental Meeting in mid-May in Connecticut, I'm going to be there. And we are doing these roundtables again, and it's going to be fantastic. Good time of learning. And I can tell you, we've already committed at least to Florida in 2027. And other dental meetings I know are looking at this as well. So, don't want to say anything yet till we got that name on the dotted line. But lots of good stuff coming for dental assistants, lots of opportunities for you to work together, lots of opportunities for you to elevate your career just by learning from others, which I think is so important. So, Atia, I will see you very soon. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks, Kevin.
Absolutely. And I want to say thank you to Care Credit for powering this podcast. As always, thanks to them. If you need information about Atia, need any information about Care Credit, you need any information about Dental Assistant Recognition Week, I'm happy to push you in the right direction. You can reach out to me always at kevin@kevinspeaksdental.com. Until next time, Kevin Henry, founder of Dental Assistant Nation, signing off, and as always, wishing you nothing but success ahead.